Hello, fourth graders. This is Mrs. Thomas, and I'm coming to you today to start explaining our next activity we're going to do during library time. And you are going to be creating book trailers. Throughout the year, I've shown you many different book trailers. We even spent 1 week of library looking at the book trailers fifth graders had created, and I had those all saved in a Google folder. If you scroll back down through my Canvas page under fourth grade, you'll get to see those links again. If you ever want to go see any more examples, you can definitely do that. I'm going to share my screen right now, and I am going to show you the actual assignment for the book trailers so that you are aware of what you're going to need to do. And then I'll show you some examples and the rubric that we will use to grade your book trailer. All of these links and for the assignment and the rubric will be on my Canvas page as well. So this is a book trailer assignment. This assignment is to create a unique, brand new book trailer for a book you've already read. Remember, a book trailer is kind of like how we have a movie preview, right? This piques your interest into a coming attraction like a movie does. The book trailer is going to entice an audience to want to read the book that you're talking about. This has to be a book that you have already read. It cannot be a graphic novel, okay? So no graphic novels can be done. But it can be a biography, a fiction, an everybody, or a nonfiction book. So there's lots of options out there. You should not need to go to the library and check out a book. If I'm going to do Tonight on the Titanic and make a book trailer about this book right here, I do not need to go to the library and check this book out. There's no reason, because I've already read it. I should know what it's about. And then I can make my commercial for the book, my book trailer, based on what I know about the book. So you should not be getting a book and then reading it. You're going to decide today what book you're going to do, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Okay, back to the assignment. A good book trailer should be at least 90 seconds. That's a minute and a half long, and probably not longer than 2 minutes. To use this, to create this, you can use any kind of, technology you want to use. I would say for most of us, we're going to use Spark Video or WeVideo. I have that highlighted right here. Those would be my go-tos for you. If you know how to use one of them, great. You can just go with that. I will be giving you a crash course on WeVideo, so or you can get in and kind of play with it. It's real similar to iMovie. I'm going to have a link for you to complete today. That is going to be a Google form, and you're going to tell me which book you're going to be doing. I will need to know the title. You're also going to have to tell me if you're going to use Spark Video or WeVideo. Okay, my email's on there. You're not going to really need that now. We will be watching each other's book trailers, and I'm going to show your book trailer to other grades. So the third graders will be watching your book trailers so they know what books to check out in fourth grade. All right, here's the things that you want to include. Think about the content. You want to have an introduction with a strong hook. You want to have like a summary of the book that gives us information, interesting, specific. You need to have a conclusion to your book trailer. Voice and sound. If you do a voiceover that you're explaining your book and you're talking, we want that to be like interesting and well rehearsed, not choppy and sound like you've never read your script before. Make sure that you're loud enough we can hear you if you have music playing in the background, but the voice sounds natural. I'll show you an example of one that uses voiceover that's done really well. You can also add music to this to set the tone and the feel of the presentation, okay? So that sets some of the mood of your book too. If your book is action-packed and fast-moving, you wouldn't do slow classical music, okay? All right, images. All the images that you use on Spark Video or WeVideo should help extend the details of the book and show us what's happening and what's going on in the book. Images all need to be appropriate. If you pull anything from Google Images, Spark Video and WeVideo both have stock images that you don't need to worry about citing as sources for. But if you start pulling pictures from just Google and putting into your presentation, you will need to cite those sources. And I will talk more about that in the coming week or two. Okay, so for your presentation, make sure you have fonts, colors, graphics, and effects to enhance the presentation. Don't put a light color font, like a yellow font, on a light color background. It will be hard to see. So do a dark font on a light background and vice versa. Think about all the pictures you use, set the mood and the tone for your book, even with your pictures and your color scheme, okay? So down here, I have just a few reminders, make sure you have that hook at the beginning. Then we want to for sure know your author and title of your book. You can literally just take a photograph with your Chromebook of the front cover of the book. If you have it, you can Google. I could Google Tonight on the Titanic by Mary Pope Osborne and find a Google image of that and put that into it. Usually the picture of the front cover of the book comes at the beginning of the book trailer and at the end. I want it in there at least once, so make sure you do that. Brief summary of the book. Don't give away the ending, especially if it's like suspenseful, but give us enough information that someone watching this will decide, yes, I want to read it, or no, I do not. You can give some quotes from the book, especially if it's like an exciting adventure one or funny. Describe the setting of where the book is happening. At the end of your book trailer, you can kind of leave a cliffhanger, which makes people want to then go read the book to find out what's going to happen. And then remember any credits and for your images and your sound effects if it's not already something in Spark Video or WeVideo. And then these are just a couple of reminders down here. Make sure that you don't have things showing up too fast that we can't read your text, okay? All right, so that is the first thing. Let me now show you a couple of examples that have been done previously. I'm gonna start with, that's the rubric. Let's start with this one then. This was created on WeVideo. This does have a voiceover from the person who created it. Here we go. Think about her tone of her voice in the pictures you see.
Come closer and I shall tell you a story. There was once a girl who lived an extraordinary life that started in the darkest of times. Every year in her village, the council of elders decided to sacrifice one child to the witch that lived in the wood. And unfortunately, that year, this girl was sacrificed. The girl's mother screamed and shouted and held her baby close to her chest, but alas, she could not do anything. The witch, however, was not evil as others perceived her to be. She actually saved these children and brought them to awaiting families on the other side of the road. The witch took the child and fed her starlight until she was plump and content. The witch started slowly falling in love with her, even though she forbade herself to. On one fateful night, the witch accidentally fed the baby moonlight instead of stardust, and the baby drank it up as though it were warm milk. What the witch had done accidentally would change the course of her life forever. What the witch had done was accidentally enmagic the child, and having a deep understanding of magic herself, she decided to raise the child as her own. The baby had so much magic that surged just beneath her skin. But with great power comes great responsibility. However, this story is not yet finished. It still contains a mad woman looking for her lost child, magical paper birds, and even a dragon. This is the tale of the girl who drank the moon.
Okay, so on that one, we don't ever really see the title of the book or the front cover of the book. So that is something that I would want to see the person change. I do really like this book trailer, and she does an excellent job with the narrating and, setting it up to be one that, people will hopefully want to watch. All right, so then I have another one that does not have voiceovers. So let's watch this one. You can easily do this again in Spark Video or WeVideo. Here we go. All right, and that one was right at 2 minutes. The first one was about a minute and a half. So that is a great example. Here is our rubric. Okay, and hopefully you saw how the tone and the pictures and the fonts go with the theme of the book. And hopefully those are books that you would want to read. So here is the rubric. I pretty much have gone over all of this on the previous, or earlier here at the beginning. I am going to change this and edit this time. 1 minute to really a minute and a half to 2 minutes is going to be long enough for our time. But you'll see here images. We talked about that. Content, went over all that. The voice and sound, if you're not narrating it yourself, like the first one we watched today, then you should have some background music for sure playing like the second one that helps set that mood. And then the creativity and presentation. Okay. All right. I am going to, the last thing I'm going to have you do is when I get done with this video, you are going to click on the link on my Canvas page that says 4th grade book trailer info, and you are going to complete this Google form. And I want you to do that today. So you will put your name, you will select your teacher, and you will put the title of the book that you are doing. Remember, you cannot do graphic novels. So that is no Dog Man, no Big Nate, no Amulet, no Babysitter Club. I will come to you if you put down one of those and have you pick something else. It has to be a biography, a fiction chapter book, an everybody book, or a nonfiction. And then go ahead and pick if you're planning to use WeVideo, Spark Video, or something else, and submit that. And then I will have the books that everybody's doing. I would love for not everyone in the class to do the same book, obviously, because that gives us less that we can share with other kids. So if your class has recently done a read aloud of, let's say, Refugee, and everybody does a book trailer on it, that doesn't give us any variety, okay? So try to pick, like I said, a book you've already read, one you're familiar with, one that you enjoyed. A lot of you guys have been getting some of our new books. I would love to have some book trailers on those that I can show when we start talking about William Allen White books in the fall, okay? All right, so today you have watched this video. You can please fill out the Google form next. So you're gonna have to select your book. And then you have two options. You can watch some more book trailer examples. If you scroll down in Canvas to earlier this year, I think it was before we went to winter break, we watched a bunch of 5th grade ones. So you can watch some more for examples. Or if you are done and you've got everything ready to go, you can get in and start creating your book trailer. And again, we're going to do that on Spark Video or WeVideo. You may choose. If you don't know WeVideo, you can go to wevideo.com. Let me show you that really quick. Spark Video, all of these, you're going to use your Google single sign-on from the school district. So let me get a new tab here. And by the single sign-on, you're going to sign in with Google. So WeVideo is just wevideo.com. And this is all explained in that assignment we went over. When you get here and this comes up, you're going to click right here, sign up with Google, because we're using our single sign-on for Blue Valley. You can access all of this from home. Pick your name and your account. You may have to enter a password or something again, but it's your same, single sign-on. Your same how you log into the computer or anything else. And once you're in, and like I said, if you've done iMovie before or green screen app, this is real similar to that. So you will come up here and you will create new, and you will create a new, oh, I'm faster than it is wanting to go. New video. There are some templates. There's not, I don't know if there is one for book trailer. I feel like there is. I like to just start from scratch. And then you can go in and start bringing in your images that you want and adding font over it. I can give another crash course on WeVideo for next week as you guys continue to work on this. This is where you would name your project, start editing. I already have some things in here, but you can go to stock media and I can search for my book is the Tonight on the Titanic, the Magic Treehouse book. I can search Titanic, and I can get some images or different things come up that I want to use, and I can click and drag and pull those down and do different things. Okay. All right. So next thing, once this video ends, close out of this, and you are going to click on the form on my Canvas page that says 4th grade book trailer info and get that completed. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.